It's a good thing to celebrate success wherever that success comes. This is a community that is disproportionately successful, contributes hugely not only to London but to the whole UK.
Publishing the British Bangladeshi Who is Who for last 8 years.
So it's very important for young people to get involved in this kind of organization, to attend this organization as well, basically.
Absolutely. I mean, the guests are arriving, we're having canapes, there's beautiful music playing, and it feels really good to be here.
বাংলাদেশ এয়ারলাইন্স হুর যে বইটা পাবলিকেশন হয় সেটা আমরা অনবোর্ডে নিয়েছি এবং অনবোর্ডে আমরা এই বইটা প্যাসেঞ্জারদেরকে সার্ভ করি।
It's absolutely amazing. Obviously, I'm not from London, I'm from Bristol, and it's a fantastic event. It's amazing.
Yeah, but I think it's great, to get the community together, celebrate everyone's success, and just knowing who does what, really.
My first time, but I must say, since the 8 years we've moved on, and this is an amazing venue. It's one of the best I've been to, and it looks very grand.
To make people realise that there are really high achievers in the Bangladeshi community, and they can use those as role models and aspire to be those people.
And looking forward to it, and just want to see the people's whose names are on that book. Really looking forward to it.
To see how the British Bangladeshi community is promoting and celebrating their achievements, which is very, very important in terms of integration and diversity.
So beautifully decorated and everything. It is really stunning, this place.
It's really important, and it's amazing actually to see the variety of things that British Bangladeshis actually do.
But this is a very special moment for us Bangladeshi, I believe. This is the only way you to exchange your view.
This is about British Bangladeshi, so I want to bring a bit of culture.
Please give a round of applause for Tridhara.
বাজে 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 ঢোল বাজে বাংলাদেশি ঢোল সবুজ শ্যামলে ভরা ছায়া ঘেরা বাংলা মায়ের কোল বাজে 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 ঢোল বাজে বাংলাদেশি ঢোল সবুজ শ্যামলে ভরা ছায়া ঘেরা বাংলা মায়ের কোল এই বাংলায় আমার প্রিয় দেশ বাংলা এই বাংলায় আমার প্রিয় দেশ বাংলা বাজে 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 সবুজ শ্যামলে ভরা ছায়া ঘেরা বাংলা মায়ের কোল আঁকা আর বাঁকা মেঠো পথ ফেরা রাখাল তার বাসি আর দূরের কোনো গান আঁকা আর বাঁকা মেঠো পথ ফেরা রাখাল তার বাসি আর দূরের কোনো গান সুরের মায়ায় যেন বাঁধন হারা রূপালি রোদের যেন আবির মাথা সুরের মায়ায় যেন বাঁধন হারা রূপালি রোদের যেন আবির মাথা বাজে রে বাজে রে বাজে ঢোল বাজে বাংলাদেশি ঢোল সবুজ শ্যামলে ভরা ছায়া ঘেরা বাংলা মায়ের কোল এই বাংলায় আমার প্রিয় দেশ বাংলা এই বাংলায় আমার প্রিয় দেশ বাংলা এ আমার প্রিয় বাংলাদেশ পাখি ডাক ভোরে শিশির ভেজা ঘাসে পদ্ম ফোটা ঝিলে বকুল ঝরা পথে পাখি ডাক ভোরে শিশির ভেজা ঘাসে পদ্ম ফোটা ঝিলে বকুল ঝরা পথে মাটির মমতা যেন আকুল করা জীবন এখানে তাই হৃদয় ছোঁয়া মাটির মমতা যেন আকুল করা জীবন এখানে তাই হৃদয় ছোঁয়া বাজে রে বাজে রে বাজে ঢোল বাজে বাংলাদেশি ঢোল সবুজ শ্যামলে ভরা ছায়া ঘেরা বাংলা মায়ের কোল এই বাংলায় আমার প্রিয় দেশ বাংলা এই বাংলায় আমার প্রিয় দেশ বাংলা এই বাংলা আমার প্রিয় দেশ বাংলা এই বাংলায় আমার প্রিয় দেশ বাংলা
কমলা সুন্দরী হালিয়া হালিয়া পড়ে রে Yes, that was the dynamic Tridhara. Give them another round of applause. So my name is Rez, and now the proceedings are going to get going. It gives me great pleasure to hand over to two presenters who need no introductions, but I'll try my best. So the first, your favorite, celebrity, presenter, media and television. She's Emma Award winning and has worked as one of the first Asian presenters on mainstream television. 13 years at Sky News and 10 years at ITN. Please welcome Lisa Aziz. And with her is barrister at law Anwar Mia.
Thank you very much indeed, Rez, for that fantastic introduction, and also what a wonderful dance group getting us in the mood and well underway tonight. Thanks very much indeed to them. I thought it was fantastic. We are absolutely delighted to be here this evening in this wonderful venue. I have never been here before. I'm absolutely knocked out. I think it's a fantastic place to hold this particular occasion. So well done to all the organisers. I know just what's gone into tonight's event. We would both, Anwar and I, like to extend a very, very warm welcome to you all, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to the 8th British Bangladeshi Who's Who Gala Dinner and Awards. And we can certainly promise you a hugely exciting and inspiring ceremony with very worthy 2015 award winners from our very own British Bangladeshi community right here in the UK. Anwar.
Well, thank you, Lisa. Respected Leader of the House of Commons and Lord President of the Council, the Right Honourable Chris Grayling MP, our special guest, the Conservative Party mayoral candidate, Mr. Zach Goldsmith MP, honourable members of the House of Commons, councillors, Executive Mayor of the London Borough of Tower Hamlets, Mr. John Biggs, and Honourable Speaker, Mr. Abdul Mukeed Chunu, MBE. Our respected media, community leaders, distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, good evening, welcome, and thank you for joining us here today. Our special thanks also to our lead sponsors, the Canary Wharf Group and the Meridian Grand, for making tonight more special. And thank you to all of our other sponsors and supporters who make the core initiative possible. It gives me great pleasure in welcoming all to the British Bangladeshi Who's Who 2015. Indeed, if there are any shortcomings on our part this evening, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that as good friends, you will forbear. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight celebrates the making of a difference. We are lucky that we live in a time when we, the British Bangladeshi community, have a chance to make a small difference along with all of you. From the very embryonic stages of our presence in Britain, the humble British Bangladeshi community has been an unpresuming example of accomplishments against the odds. We believe in the dignity, value, and potential of every man, woman, and child, because we in Britain have a great tradition that stands for education, not ignorance, that stands for innovation, not destruction, that stands for the solemnity of life, not loss, that stands for boundless hopes, endless dreams, unbridled and not constrained by circumstances of birth. That means keeping working families and those of our neighbors more secure in a world of constant change. It means building a happy, healthy home and encouraging functional education. It means according dignity to our elders and having a legacy to be proud of. It means one where we spend less time drowning in the dark despair that pulls us into deprivation. It means spending more time lifting young people up with a sense of purpose and possibility. It means asking, indeed demanding, that they join in the important mission of building the British Bangladeshi community and this, our Great Britain. That is the basic bargain that we find at the heart of this country. That if you work hard, if you put in the effort and have some merit, you too can get ahead. That is why we, the British Bangladeshi community, argue and strive with so much passion and conviction. Because we know that our efforts matter. We know that Great Britain is what we make of it. And we know that for future generations, we have a call of duty. For everywhere in this country, there are first steps to be taken. There is new ground to cover. There are more bridges to be crossed, and it is our children, young and fearless at heart, the most pluralistic and educated generation in our history, who will determine the hopes and dreams of our forefathers before us. We are very honored that you are here tonight to celebrate our progress. And as I now hand you over to the founding editor of the British Bangladeshi Who's Who, we hope that you have a very lovely evening. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome please to the founding editor, Barrister Shahadat Karim.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the wonderful Grand Meridian for the 8th installment of the British Bangladeshi Who's Who launch gala dinner and award ceremony. And I assure you, it promises to be the best to date. As the first speaker, I thought it would be useful if I set an example by perhaps keeping my speech as minimal as possible. We have, of course, a very busy schedule ahead of us, and we need to get through everything so that we can all have dinner in a timely fashion, as it were. The publication was the brainchild of my father, Abdul Karim Ghani, and it manifested with the intention of creating a platform to showcase the achievements of British Bangladeshis and to create positive role models. It also seeks to emphasize the contribution made by the community and various individuals within it, and to demonstrate the integration of British Bangladeshis. 8 years on, this publication has mushroomed to become one of the most recognized and authoritative for British Bangladeshis. Whether it's used as a reference point or for some leisurely reading, the publication has grown since its inception. Of course, tonight, like in the past, we will recognize the outstanding contribution of a number of specific individuals who have excelled during the course of the previous year. The award ceremony has truly become an anticipated feature of this event. Finally, I want to thank all our supporters who have been relentless in their help. I want to thank the British Bangladeshi Who's Who team and the organizers for putting on this amazing spectacle. I want to thank my family for their continued perseverance and support. And most of all, I want to thank all of you, because you really are the stars, and without you, this book would be empty. I sincerely hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Lovely way to get us started, Mr. Karim. Thank you very much indeed. And let us get on with the main part of the evening. The British Bangladeshi Who's Who Awards are held to inspire the community and also recognise, of course, the outstanding performance and dedication shown by Bangladeshi individuals living and working here in the UK. So this year there are going to be 6 awards given out to people who have really stood out and made a difference. And to give out now the first award, and I'm sure give us some of his own thoughts, and no doubt they will include his potential plans perhaps for London if he's successful in succeeding good old Boris. I'm delighted now to welcome on stage our very special guest for tonight, MP Zach Goldsmith, who is also the Conservative Party mayoral candidate for London. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Thank you so much. What a lovely, there we are, what a lovely introduction. It's wonderful to be here tonight at this great event, but thank you also to everyone in this room for the enormous contribution that you have made to making London the greatest city on earth. I know you're not all from London, but I'm going to talk a little bit about London today, and I hope you accept that. We are the greatest city on earth, and much of that is down to the contribution of people like you in this room which is brimming with talent and dynamism and enthusiasm. So it's not only a pleasure to be here, it is an absolute privilege. The Bangladeshi community has made a massive contribution to making London, indeed the whole of the UK, what it is. And my very close friend Paul Scully, I know he's here somewhere, I saw him earlier in the room, who is the new Conservative MP for Sutton and Cheam, told me as I was, Paul Scully over there, told me as I was walking in that the Bangladeshi restaurants alone contribute £4.2 billion to the UK economy every single year. And you will have all heard many times, not least on LBC, that if you ask the average Brit what their favorite meal is, it is invariably a Bangladeshi curry of one form or another. And on that note, Paul, I do want to pay tribute to your campaign, to Paul Scully's campaign, who has taken up an issue which really matters to a lot of my own constituents who come from the Bangladeshi community, but also people from across London. That is a concern about the barriers and the difficulties in getting the best Bangladeshi chefs into this country to continue that great tradition. It's his campaign. He's taken the lead, even as a new MP, and I'm very pleased to be supporting him in that. But when I look around this room, clearly I'm not just looking at the great restaurateurs. There is many, many more people in this room besides. Leading figures in banking, in law, in finance. I see in this room finest doctors and surgeons, people who've taken ideas and bravely turned them into successful businesses. When I look around this room, I see a lot that a lot of London can be proud of. Now tonight I'm here to celebrate your achievements. I'm not sure if I'm giving an award out actually. I am. Have I invited myself to do that? If I am, I apologize if I have, but I'm thrilled to hand out an award later. But I'm reminded of the potential just by looking at the people in this room. You have excelled in every single area of human activity. But this community does, in my view, still remain underrepresented in one aspect of life in this country, and that's our politics. Yes, we do have three MPs from the Bangladesh. I think I saw one of them come in a few seconds ago. Rupa Huq. I think she's in the wrong party, but congratulations to you nevertheless for being here. But I do encourage people. I do encourage people to take more ownership over our politics, over our democracy. Thank you so much for inviting me to join you tonight. It is an absolute pleasure. It's an honor. It's a privilege. Shubho Rathri. Please tell me I pronounced that correctly. I had a lesson over here on my table, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you so much.
Zach Goldsmith, MP there. Really appreciate you taking your time out of what I know personally is a very busy schedule. And Rez actually forgot to say that my day job, I am actually at LBC very early in the morning, and I'm very honoured to say that Zach Goldsmith is a good friend to LBC. You don't mind me saying that, do you? You are a good friend, and long may that continue. Boris too, of course. Ask Boris every week on LBC. I also know that he's got young children, and I'm sure he would much rather probably be with them on Guy Fawkes night. We know how busy you are. Thank you. Up to the first award then, and I'm very pleased to say also that joining Zach Goldsmith to make the announcement is the Biman Bangladesh Airlines country manager for the UK and Ireland. Please welcome Mr. Shafiqul Islam. Thanks very much. Two distinguished gentlemen up here. All right then, to our first winner tonight. He is one of the leading barristers in the UK and is the only second barrister of Bangladeshi heritage to actually achieve the rank of Queen's Counsel. He's also one of only two people of Bangladeshi background to be appointed to the judicial rank of recorder. Many congratulations then tonight to Mr. Akhlaq Chowdhury QC.
Good evening, everybody. I thought I was just coming to accept an award, but I'm told I can say a few words. All I'd like to say, thank you very much to the organisers. I know how much work goes into organising the event every day and producing the publication, which is an inspiration to the community at large. And every year I know that more and more people read the publication and are inspired by the people that are listed in it. I'd also like to say thank you to my family, without whom I would be nowhere today, and in particular to my dear departed father, who came here many years ago and started a restaurant, like many of you here, like many in the Bangladeshi community. But he never lost sight of the ambition for his children. He wanted them to achieve, he wanted them to succeed in the community that he adopted as his country, a country that he grew to love over the years. and I'm very proud to say that many of his dreams have been realised. Thank you to my dear Abba.
Thank you, Lisa, and well done, Akhlaq. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to hand out the next award and hopefully say a few words, may I ask and invite onto the stage the Right Honourable Chris Grayling MP, Leader of the House of Commons.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to be here tonight as part of a celebration of the fantastic achievements of the British Bangladeshi community, and also to see so many friends here tonight. I've had long ties with this community. It plays a hugely important role in this country. But there's some great people here tonight, and we're celebrating some great achievements. And I think in particular what I wanted to say is that we've heard a bit tonight already about the difference very many people in this room make. It's easy to look at the curry industry and say that's made a fantastic difference to this country, and there's some first-rate curry businesses here tonight, as well as all of those who support the curry industry. But the great thing now is the Bangladeshi community is far more than that. There are people from all walks of life here tonight, people playing a part in our professional life, people with a whole range of business achievements that make a real difference to our economy and a real difference to our country. But you know, the Bangladeshi community is much more than that as well, because there are many people in this room tonight who play a hugely valuable role in our community, supporting charitable activities, giving up their time to volunteer, to support those who come from the more deprived parts of our society. And I think I'd like to pay tribute to all of those who work hard to support their friends, their relatives, their compatriots back in Bangladesh as well. Bangladesh is a great country with some big challenges. And there are people in this room tonight who also spend time investing in the development of Bangladesh, its generation, its economy, its nation, helping it face up to some of the challenges it faces. They make a really big difference, and we should celebrate that as well. This is a great occasion. It's a chance to celebrate some great people who've made a real difference to this country. I commend all of those who win awards tonight. All of you have something to be proud of. And of course, you are the pathfinders. The next generation and the generation after that and the generation after that will be an essential part of our nation, something we can be really proud of. We derive great strength from being a cosmopolitan nation, a diverse nation, a nation of different cultures and traditions. And one of those cultures and traditions that makes the biggest difference to Britain today are the British Bangladeshi community. I commend you for it, and I celebrate you.
Thank you very much indeed, Leader of the House of Commons. Now, to assist him giving out this award, may I invite onto the stage the Managing Director of the Meridian Grant, Ms. Nikita Mulchandani. A warm welcome, please. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our next award winner was awarded an MBE for Community Relations and is presently the Chief Executive of APASEN, a leading social care organisation in the UK working for people with special needs. He's also currently leading a pioneering special needs project in Bangladesh. He has been involved in various voluntary sector organisations, including Director of Camden Community Law Centre, Voluntary Action Camden, Governor of St Michael's School and Kingsway College Corporation, Member of Camden Police Consultative Committee, and Director of Paddington Churches Housing Association. He is also the founder and current chairman of the Consortium of Bengali Associations, the CBA. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Mahmood Hassan, MBE.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. I think it's a great honor to me and my community. And I'd like to thank the organizer, British Who Is Who, has been running for a number of years. I think it is a way that the people who are contributing in the community, particularly in the British community, we are not immigrant anymore. We are the part of the British society. And this is the most important message. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask Nikita to say a few words. She, of course, is the managing director of this wonderful venue, and we're very grateful to her and her organisation for the very kind support that they've lent to the British Bangladeshi Who's Who 2015. Nikita.
On behalf of all of us at Meridian Grand, I would like to say a big thank you to the British Bangladeshi Who's Who team for choosing to host their prestigious event at our venue. BB Who's Who and Meridian Grand share two common ideals: passion and perfection. Looking around tonight, I feel it's clear to see the product of these two ideals. We are delighted to be part of such an exciting event, and we look forward to further developing our relationship with the British Bangladeshi community. Thank you.
Many congratulations once again. All right, to our third award then this evening. And to present it and address us now, please welcome Mr. Roger Evans, the Deputy Mayor for London.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, salam alaikum. It's a real pleasure and a privilege for me to be able to join you tonight for this wonderful event to celebrate so many people who have achieved so much in your community. It's a great pleasure to be here at this wonderful venue as well. I can tell you that in London we have a real shortage of venue places, and I can see the Meridian Grand performing a great function in making up some of that shortage in the years to come. This really is a very good venue, and I will be telling people about it when I go away. But tonight we're here to celebrate the achievements of the Bangladeshi community. Boris Johnson, the Mayor of London, when I told him that I was coming here, said that he wanted me to convey his thanks to all of you for the contribution that you make to our great city of London, for the cultural contribution that you make, and we've seen some of the dances earlier on, and there will no doubt be more wonderful entertainment later on this evening, for the contribution that you make in business as well. And it's a feature of our city that we thrive and survive on our links with other parts of the world and on trade. And your community have a vital part to play in that process. And also for your political contribution. And I can see many members of the Bangladeshi community who are not just members of parliament, but councillors as well. Speaker of Tower Hamlets over there, for one. I served 20 years on a local council, and it's not an easy thing to do. It's a tough job which you don't always get the appreciation for. So it would be great if everyone could just show their appreciation for your efforts now, please. So I'm really looking forward to presenting this next award, and I'm sure we will hear of the worthy recipient in a moment.
We will indeed. Roger, stay with us. Thank you for that. And indeed, joining Roger now for this presentation, the Managing Director of Channel S Television, Mr. Taz Chowdhury. Can we give him a welcome, please? So this award winner now then has managed to make accountancy into an art form, which must be quite a feat, bringing it literally into the drawing room and creating a new dimension to his profession. His success story is now considered to be a sensation in the British Bangladeshi community and media. His live TV programme is probably, apparently, the longest-running accounting and tax advisory programme in the UK. He set up his own accountancy firm way back in 2001 with his younger brother, Shah Arif, starting off with just one employee, handful of small clients. With his dedication, multilingual skills and sincerity, he was able to expand his business into a pretty large enterprise. His friendly approach has meant he's actually become known as the accountant with a smile. He is none other than the popular TV face, Mr. Mahbub Murshad of Mahbub & Co. Many congratulations.
I'm kind of nervous. I've been on this stage before to give awards to others. Hand over the gifts to others. But this time it's different. I'm here to receive one. I was talking with my wife how nervous I am, and her reaction was, "You can't be serious. You are hosting a live TV program and you are nervous?" In the television studio, only one pair of camera lens is directing at you, but here, thousands of human lenses focusing at me. Then my wife advised me, okay, look at me and give the speech. Looking at her, it will not be a speech. It will be a romantic song. I may be nervous, but I'm emotional as well. I'm humbled and honored to receive this award. This award will inspire me more to do more for the community. Finally, I would like to dedicate this award to some special people. My parents, who raised me with their principles. The clients, my colleagues, without them, I couldn't have done alone. And of course, the media, who brought me to the public domain. And finally, the person who was not in my shadow, who was not behind me, but who was next to me, holding my hand for last 25 years, in rain or shine. She is my wife.
That actually marks the end of this part of the awards. And now back to Riz, because I know we've got some entertainment for you.
Raja Kashif and Rubaiyat Jahan.
सिवा ना किसी का बनूंगा खूने जिगर से ये लिख के मैं दूंगा ये वादा रहा साजना साजना ये वादा रहा साजना
साजना कदमों में तेरे जन्नत है मेरी होके रहूंगी हमेशा मैं तेरी ये वादा रहा साजना
साजना
ये वादा रहा साजना
साजना ये वादा रहा साजना साजना ये वादा रहा साजना
আমার শ্যামচিকু কালিয়া আমার শ্যামচিকু কালিয়া আমি কি হেরিলাম কদম তলায় গো সুখী শ্যামচিকু কালিয়া ওই ত্রিভঙ্গ গিমা বাঁকা শ্যামের গলে বনমালা গো শ্যামচিকু কালিয়া আমার শ্যামচিকু কালিয়া সে শ্যামের মন চোরা গো চোরাই বামে আছে হেলা শিরে শ্যামের মোহন চোরা গো চোরাই বামে আছে হেলা ওই চন্দন তিলক শ্যামে করে ভুবন উজালা গো ও সুখী সুখী শ্যামচিকু কালিয়া আমার শ্যামচিকু কালিয়া
आएंगे मौसम जाएंगे मौसम हमको सदा साथ पाएंगे मौसम
कोई साज बदले कोई राग बदले न बदलेगी अपनी मोहब्बत की सरगम
हर सांस मेरी तेरे लिए है
हर सांस मेरी तेरे लिए है
ये वादा रहा साजना साजना ये वादा रहा साजना साजना ये वादा रहा साजना साजना ये वादा रहा साजना
যাবে না কখনো ফুরিয়ে যাবে না আমার ভালোবাসা তোমাকে পেয়েছি পেয়েছি আবারও বাঁচার নতুন আশা যাবে না কখনো ফুরিয়ে যাবে না আমার ভালোবাসা তোমাকে পেয়েছি পেয়েছি আবারও বাঁচার নতুন আশা তুমি বুকে টেনে নাও না প্রিয় আমাকে
আমি ভালোবাসি 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 তোমাকে অনেক সাধনার পরে আমি পেলাম তোমার মন
পেলাম খুঁজে এই ভুবনে আমার আপনজন তুমি বুকে টেনে নাও না প্রিয় আমাকে আমি ভালোবাসি ভালোবাসি ভালোবাসি
शायर तो नहीं मगर हंसी जब से देखा मैंने तुमको मुझको शायरी आ गई
मैं शायर तो नहीं मगर हंसी जब से देखा मैंने तुझको मुझको शायरी आ गई
आशिकी आ गई शायरी
आ गई When I need you, I just close my eyes and I'm with you. And all that I so wanna give you, it's only a heartbeat away. When I need love, I hold out my hands and I touch love. I never knew there was so much love keeping me warm night and day. Miles and miles of empty space in between us. The telephone can take the place of your smile. But you know I won't be traveling forever. It's cold out, but hold out and do like I do when I need you. I just close my eyes and I'm with you. And all that I so wanna give you, it's only a heartbeat away. Wise men say only fools rushing, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you?
Last song for the evening, which is going to be released very soon. It's a Bangla song. I'm sure you're going to listen to it very soon on the big screens as well. If you can join in with me. যে কথা বলি আজ তুমি ছাড়া যেন ভাষা নেই। যে কথা বলি আজ তুমি ছাড়া যেন ভাষা নেই।
যেদিকে রাখি চোখ ঘুরে ফিরে দেখি তোমাকে।
সব কিছু ভুলেছি ফিরে তাকালে যে জেনে গেছি আমার আমি নেই।
এই কথা বলি আজ তুমি ছাড়া যেন ভাষা নেই।
যে কথা বলি আজ তুমি ছাড়া যেন ভাষা নেই।
বলেছি আগেও কত বলছি
পথ নেই নেই পথাও যে যাবার
চেনা চেনা তোমাকে
সাধে জাগে আরো চেনার
ভালোবাসা বুঝি এছাড়া আছে কি আর
সব কিছু ভুলেছি ফিরে তাকালে যে যে রেগেছি আমার আমি নেই
যে কথা
বলিয়া তুমি ছাড়া যেন ভাষা নেই
Thank you very much. Red's amazing talent on stage there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's press on. Now, to give our next award, we have a very special guest, Mr. John Biggs, who's the Executive Mayor of Tower Hamlets. A round of applause for him, please, if I could invite him to come onto the stage. And to accompany him, may I ask Mr. Kazi Arif, the MD of Prime Estates, to come on stage, please.
Well, it's great to be here, and obviously I'm ever so proud to be the second elected mayor of Tower Hamlets, and I'm particularly pleased that in my 3 decades and more of public life, I have worked so closely with the Bangladeshi community in the East End of London. Now, what I'm about to say is obvious, but I always say it, which is that the East End of London often gets a bad press as a difficult place with challenging people, but it is actually one of the engine rooms of the British economy and the British life. And it is a place which people come to with teeming energy and a hunger to get things done with their lives. And the Bangladeshi community is no exception to that. And as with many communities, people start modestly, people start within the community, people start facing real challenges. And then we reach moments where people begin to break into the mainstream and achieve great things and a great service for the whole of British society. And we're at that stage with the Bangladeshi community. We have been for some years now, and we're making ever and ever greater progress. And I'm proud that I was elected only with the support of British Bangladeshis in the East End of London. So my community is your community. We work together. Together we make this a great country. Thank you.
Executive Mayor John Biggs, thank you very much indeed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our next award winner. Having graduated from Cambridge University, the University of East London and Strasbourg University in France, our next award winner was a lecturer at the Kingston University and University of Manchester, and she is also a published author. In the last elections, she was elected Labour MP for Ealing, Central and Acton, and in Parliament, she is the Vice Chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Music Group and the APPG on Crossrail. She is also chairing an All-Party Parliamentary Group on London with specific reference to planning and the built environment. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next winner, Dr. Rupa Haq MP.
Everyone, I'm honoured and privileged to have won, what did I win? What was it? Politician of the Year in the Who's Who Bangladeshi Awards this year. So I stand before you not only as the Labour Member of Parliament for Ealing, Central and Acton, which I might add was a Labour gain this year, so there was some good news in that election. But I'm I'm also one of now 3 British Bangladeshi MPs. So I represent not only the 70,000 people in Ealing, Acton and Chiswick, but there is also a sort of extra dimension of, I guess, indirectly representing the British Bangladeshi community. No pressure there then. I mean, I want to echo all the stuff that's been said. When I was growing up, we were amalgamated into this mass term of Asians. You never saw Asian people on TV. So it's an inspiration to have people like Lisa Aziz here tonight. You only saw Asian people if they were the victim of Gripper, the bully on Grange Hill. Whereas after a while, people started disaggregating Asians into different types of Asians. And now, as I say, British Bangladeshis, it's an honour to be here with people like Aklak Chaudhry, QC, people from social care, law, all sorts of dimensions. So, I mean, there is no reason why the sky should not be the limit for us. I'm really proud to be here. And I agree with John Biggs that up to now we have had 3 Conservative speakers. Other parties are available. Sadiq Khan will be a brilliant Mayor of London. You know, in many ways, he's one of us. He has a great backstory. He grew up on a council estate. He understands the problems that Londoners face today. And my worry is we've had a lot of eulogies to our current Mayor, Boris Johnson. But if things carry on like they are, London will become a playground for oligarchs and for people buying property off-plan at fairs in Singapore or wherever. Anyway, look, I was told not to go on because we're running over time already. But great to be here for the 8th one of these. Hopefully there'll be many, many more. Enjoy. Have a good evening, everyone.
And you're an inspiration to me too, Rupa. Many congratulations. Fantastic to have you with us tonight. Now, to present our next award and say a few words, emphasis on few, please welcome now His Excellency Mr. Abdul Hanan, the High Commissioner of Bangladesh. To have you with us, and also please welcome on stage to accompany him to give out our next award, the Managing Director of JMG, Mr. Munir Ahmed. Could you come up, please? Wonderful, thank you. And the music can come down. Mr. Hanan.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. I remember 2 years back, I was watching a British Bangladesh Who's Who program in one of the evenings from Geneva. Today, I am in the audience. I believe that I must thank the British Bangladesh Who's Who team to have me here. And I am truly privileged in this evening to be with you. The British Bangladeshis, what they contributed in this economy has been eloquently articulated in the speeches of the honorable ministers, the right honorable MPs, and the mayor candidate. And the anchor person very eloquently articulated what is the spectrum of the contribution of British Bangladeshis around in each and every field. The compendium they created, the British Bangladeshi Who's Who, is a little compilation. I believe it's a very humble, compilation of the contributions. There are many outside this book. And as High Commissioner of Bangladesh, I'm truly, truly proud of saying Bangladeshis are excelling so wonderfully, and they're in the climax in their own business because of their perseverance, persuasion, and little extra work than the regular time frame, regular work time. And I believe that we have reason to be proud of the community, not only as High Commissioner or a diplomat of Bangladesh, but as a member of the British Bangladesh community in England, that they deserve our high applause. And I believe that this contribution, whatever compiled today, would be a very inspirational kind of compilation for the younger generation to come. Thank you all.
Thank you, High Commissioner, very much indeed. We're now going to announce the winner of this award. He is the Managing Director of District 1 Estates Group, which focuses on property investments. He's an accountant by profession, and after graduating from the Uni of London, he trained as an auditor in the Central London Audit Commission. He started investing in property in his early 20s. By the time he was 29, he achieved his goal of becoming a self-made millionaire. That is fantastic. He is a dynamic and very well-respected property entrepreneur in the British Bangladeshi community, as well as building his own £20 million property portfolio. He's helped over 5,000 fellow Bangladeshi people source and finance property deals through his property and finance companies. Let's give him a hearty congratulations. He is Mr. Kamru Mir.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening. I promise you I'll keep it brief. I don't want to be dragged off stage like the previous award winners. I'm massively honored and most grateful to be here tonight to accept this prestigious award. It would be wrong of me to take all the credit myself for this award. The only way I could have achieved any success is because of the support of my colleagues, friends, and the backing of my family. In particular, I'd like to thank my brother here, Askir Ali. He's a very successful chartered accountant, and wish to thank him for all his support. I'd also like to thank my parents, my wife, and my next door neighbor, Dr. Catherine, who all regularly pray for me. In particular, I'd like to thank two Jewish gentlemen from North London, Notting Hill rather, Richard Graham and Ezra Sorde, whom I met over 20 years ago. Without them, I learned so much. I was able to share their experience and knowledge in the property development and property investment companies, and they inspired me to set up my own companies. And I'd also like to thank the organizers of Who's Who for such a grand event tonight. And Lisa, my surname is Ali actually, so I thought I just mentioned that. And I listen to you every morning, 8 a.m. at the LBC. And I hope this award will inspire me to continue to do the best for my community and for my clients. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We must continue. We've got a couple of more awards to go through. The next award giver is going to be the Company Secretary of Canary Wharf Group, one of our lead sponsors, and he is Mr. John Garwood. May I invite him to come onto the stage, please? And just before he starts speaking, ladies and gentlemen, could I invite the Principal of Taj Solicitors to come onto the stage to assist him in giving out the award. Mr. Taj Shah.
Having been and said a few words at last year's event, I'd like to say I'm back by popular demand, but actually the truth is we're lead sponsors and I was free for the evening, so actually I'm just like Zach Khan. I am seriously very pleased to be here though. It's an honour to be here. I'm representing Canary Wharf Group and it's an event which showcases all that's good about the Bangladeshi community. As a company, we've worked with the community in Tower Hamlets for a number of years. We've had a number of initiatives, schools, sports events, and we've also just done into an after-school club for coding. We've also engaged with schemes designed to help local companies get business at Canary Wharf, which means that we now have about 1 in 4 of people working at Canary Wharf live in neighbouring London boroughs. And that means there's quite a lot of this community working with Canary Wharf, which is what we strive for. I also enjoy this event because it gives out a very strong sense of family and belonging. And in my view, the strength of family is one of the greatest qualities of the Bangladeshi community. It's a shame that although this is conveyed very effectively internally inside the community through your television channels and newspapers, I think it needs to be more conveyed effectively outside, and that's part of the confidence of a developing community. But that's why Canary Wharf Group is happy to support publications like this and events like this, because we want to give an opportunity and support opportunities for Bangladesh to tell the world what you're doing, why you're doing it, and who is doing it. At Canary Wharf, we're genuinely honoured to be here tonight. It's a privilege to be a sponsor, and thank you indeed for inviting us, and indeed particularly me. So thank you all very much.
Mr. John Garwood, thank you very much indeed. Our next award winner, ladies and gentlemen, is an international film director, producer and writer based in London who has worked with international film stars including the cream of Bollywood. He's the founder and CEO of the Limelight Film Awards, which is the largest independent short film awards in the United Kingdom, recognized indeed by the international film fraternity, no least. In 2012, he was invited to meet His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, as a successful local and social entrepreneur. In the same year, our award winner was presented with the Civil Award in London for his contribution to the arts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Mansoor Ali.
Good evening, everybody. Adab and Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me? First of all, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here. Definitely sharing the stage with Madam Lisa here as well. There's not a lot I want to say. I will try and keep this short as well, because I'm hungry and I'm sure you're all hungry too. British Bangladeshi, I think it's a very loose concept. You know, who is British? What are British Bangladeshis? How do we perceive ourselves? My father was born before partition in 1947. He was born under British rule as a British Bengali or a British Indian, however you perceive it. After 47, he became an East Bengali, then an East Pakistani, and then a Bangladeshi after 71, the Liberation War. And then ironically, when we shifted to the UK, he was again a British citizen. So when he passed away in the UK. I am very grateful to my father and my mother to bring me over to UK. I'm very proud to be a Londoner. I've had a fantastic journey in the media circus. And I've produced a film called Shongram, which is based on the 1971 Bangladesh liberation struggle. It's starring a notable Bollywood cast member as well as a notable Hollywood actress. I hope you guys would go and see the film, which will be releasing on the 7th of March, which is Bangladesh Independence Day. And the website is shongram.com. There's a lot of other works that we do. I actually present awards, and one of the main partners is Canary Wharf Group, so thank you to Canary Wharf Group. Thank you to Zakir, by wherever you are, for pushing me and having faith in me. And one of the points I'd like to make as well, we need to understand and appreciate our history. There is a key point in history, which is the year 1757. That's when Britain and Bengal bonded our relationship. When we merged, they technically defeated us, but let's call it being merged. Before that, the flow of wealth used to go from west to east. After 1757, the flow of wealth changed from east to west. We need to remember that, and that's why we are here. That's why I speak this language. That's why you're dressed in your attire. But yeah, I appreciate history. I appreciate my hard work that my parents did for me. Thank you very much to British Bangladeshi Who's Who for putting a fantastic event. And let's champion one another, and I hope to speak to you guys more in person. And watch out for the filmshongram.com. Thank you very much.
Many congratulations to all our worthy award winners this evening. That is just about it from us. There is more entertainment. We know you're hungry. I'm hungry too, so we're going to eat as well. So thank you very much. And in particular, I've absolutely loved the High Chaparral music because it's my favourite. So thanks.
Thank you, Lisa. Hasn't she been absolutely fabulous? A true star of the British Bangladeshi community, a true A-lister, ladies and gentlemen, Lisa Aziz. And thank you as well, but as Lisa was saying, there's a lot more to get through in terms of entertainment and of course food. Do enjoy the rest of the evening. Over to our voice of the back, Rez Kabir. Rez, where are you?
I'm over here. Thank you, Anwar and Lisa Aziz. That was fabulous. Now, later on, during the meal or after, I've been asked to request you to post your pictures to the Facebook page and use the Twitter account. Remember, #BBWho'sWho. But now, the final piece of entertainment for the evening before the food arrives. So this is renowned Bangla singer. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause for Selim Chaudhry.
বাঁকা দুই নয়নে নিশা লাগিল রে হাসন রাজা প্যারের প্রেমে মজিল রে হাসন রাজা প্যারের প্রেমে মজিল রে নিশা লাগিল রে বাঁকা দুই নয়নে নিশা লাগিল রে নিশা লাগিল রে বাঁকা দুই নয়নে নিশা লাগিল রে ছোট ফটো করে হাসন দেখিয়া চাঁদমুখ ছোট ফটো করে হাসন দেখিয়া চাঁদমুখ হাসন জানের মুখ দেখে হাসন জানের মুখ দেখে জন্মের গেল দুঃখ নিশা লাগিল রে বাঁকা দুই নয়নে নিশা লাগিল রে নিশা লাগিল রে বাঁকা দুই নয়নে নিশা লাগিল রে হাসন জানের রূপটা দেখি ফালদি ফালদি উঠে হাসন জানের রূপটা দেখি ফালদি ফালদি উঠে চিড়া বারা হাসন রাজা চিড়া বারা হাসন রাজা বুকের মাঝে ফুটে নিশা লাগিল রে বাঁকা দুই নয়নে নিশা লাগিল রে নিশা লাগিল রে বাঁকা দুই নয়নে নিশা লাগিল রে হাসন রাজা প্যারের প্রেমে মজিল রে হাসন রাজা প্যারের প্রেমে মজিল রে নিশা লাগিল রে নয়নে নিশানা গেল রে বাঁকা দুই নয়নে নিশানা গেল রে বাঁকা দুই নয়নে নিশানা গেল রে
Thank you, Selim. That was a magnificent song. And now we're going to have are you still there? You still there? Feeling hungry? Don't worry. There's only a couple more bits of housekeeping to do, which is a closing address. May I invite Zakir Khan with the Canary Wharf Group, who is also a member of the Who's Who team, to give the closing address for this evening's event. Zakir Khan, thank you.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. Rez, you actually called me at a very bad time. I was just saying hello to an old friend of mine who I haven't seen for 40 years, but she still looks 20. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for your support. The British Bangladeshi Who's Who would not be possible without your support, without your presence, and most importantly, without your finance. Look at this fantastic venue. Fantastic venue. Hopefully it's going to be fantastic food. And he passes my speech. Thank you very much, Cash. Obviously, I'm a very man of many talents. I don't need no speech to look at. But I just want to say a big thank you to all our award winners today. Congratulations. You've been amazing. You deserve it. And I must say, this is the first time in history I actually heard someone standing on stage, accepting an award and thanking his neighbor. Well done, Kamru. I thought you were joking, but you wasn't. Good on you. Finally, I just want to say that we hope that you enjoy the rest of the evening. We've got some fantastic performance still remaining to watch. A big thank you to the Who's Who team, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, this is a great event, and I think we should all appreciate all the hard work they put in, the likes of Mujib, Shahadot, Monibai, Suhana, Rez Kabir also. Rez Kabir, ladies and gentlemen, the voice you've been hearing all night. What a fantastic voice. We said to him, you should be James Bond. With that voice, he could be James Bond. With my looks and his voice, you can't go wrong. So once again, thank you so much. Enjoy the evening. And until next year, the Who's Who team will be looking for you in the next publication. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. I'm greatly honored. I've already done it, by the way, but the film hasn't been released yet. Anyway, so it's almost to the end of the event, but the food is about to be served. It's just a bit of thank yous to be given, and we'd just like to invite some of the people who are here who are the Who's Who sponsors to the stage. And I'll be reading out the names as well. So it's the founder of S Channel, Mahi Feddos Jalil, G10 Printer, Jorid Mia, Media Link, Mujibul Islam, Bangla Post, Mofizur Rahman, London Bangla TV, Shah Yusuf Sajad, Eastern Pride, Majhar Ali and Shine Mia, Filmatia, HM Shah Jahan, Impress Media, that's Koizuddin and Muhammad Ali, and Prabhash Bangla, Mohammed Junaid Ahmed. And it goes on. So if the people, the sponsors who are here, can you kindly make your way to the stage as I read the names? Don't wait for me to finish. So it's Biman Bangladesh Airlines, Mohammed Shafiqul Islam, Prime Estate Agent, Kaji Arif, Taj Solicitors, Taj Shah, Regents Lake, Shafiqul, that's Saiful Alam Rukom, Chef Online, MA Munim Salik, Energize Health Club, Samir Chaudhry, and then there's JMG Cargo, Munir Ahmed, Excelsior Sillet, Said Chaudhry, Sterling & Co, Jubil Ahmed, Tarana Group, Ashraf Talukdar, PCO Claims, MA Malik, General Auto, Munir Ali, Hillside Travels, Hilaluddin Khan, UK Jewelers Group, Afaz Mia, Carewell London Limited, Ayub Khan, that's Everard Construction, Junaid Chaudhry, Joel Drink, Riaz Talukdar, Eurasia, Abu Lacey. Then we've got Sangeeta, Shahanur Mia, Alamin Travels, Nozrul Islam, Hussein Travels, Shamshul Hussein, Southall Miller, Shafiq Alam, Kilford's Accountancy, Askir Mia, Unisoft, Tipu Rahman, Air Express, Mujirul Haq, Shumon, Roseview Hotel, Moinuddin, SJ Solicitors, Juhel Mia, Al Haramain, Matabur Rahman Nasir, Henna Events, Mr. Khan, Zara by Zara, and finally Mukim Ahmed, Zilumia, Sufi Mia, Shukur Ali, Councillor Atikul Haq, and Ghulam Kibria. These are our main sponsors. Give them a round of applause and thank you. Without you, none of this would be possible, along with the team that plans it all. So thank you very much to the sponsors. As the photographs are taken, another round of applause. Make your way off the stage. And finally, last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, before I can even savor that first course, it's on my tongue as I read this introduction. This is a thank you to the Who's Who team. So, the Who's Who team begin like this. Abdul Karim Goni, Shahadat Karim, Barrister of Law, Anwar Mia, Barrister of Law, who was also the presenter, Mujibul Islam, Zakir Khan, Sheikh Tawhid, Koizuddin, Muhammad Ali, Sabia Khotun, Zakir Karim, Suhana Ahmed, Ibrahim Rahman. Ibrahim Rahman was doing all the Twitters and the feeds on the Facebook, and Mizan Rahman, Mazhar Ali, Sufi Mia again, and finally Shah Jahan Hussein. A round of applause to the Who's Who team who brought this all together. Thank you, Who's Who. That's brilliant. Also, we'd like to thank, obviously, everybody here at the Meridian Grand, all the technicians and supporters and helpers, the presenters, and this is Rez Kabir. This has been the British Bangla Who's Who 2015. We look forward to seeing you next year, 2016, inshallah. Thank you, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. Don't go, it's food time. So goodbye till the next time. Bye.